All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ted Arnaud Sr. on this side of the camera and his son Junior shooting this on the AT&T Samsung phone and on the Comcast Newsmakers line here at Casa de Emmanuel during the holiday season. Will it be a Trump Christmas gift early on his desk in the Oval Office, such as the tax cut? Dr. Terry Madonna joining us as well. He, of course, from Franklin and Marshall College in Lancaster. All right, earlier today I was reading something from John T. Harvey, contributing reporter for Forbes magazine. This was done in September of this year, but it's, I think, rather appropriate now as we get close to seeing if this deal gets done. The good, the bad, and the ugly of it. Let's begin with the good, gentlemen. Ted, you start here. Increased deductions in tax credit for non-child dependents and consolidation of tax brackets, simpler overhaul system, assuming the progressively remains, which he has promised he will help address the income distribution issue simpler, can not be a bad thing. Now, revised tax structure for small businesses. Mr. Harvey did say, generally speaking, tax cuts don't cause businesses to hire more workers. Elimination of state income taxes as far as deductions. So your thoughts on that, Ted?
Well, all of that has been compromised in this bill. I mean, the tax rate is not going to probably wind up where they want it to. It sounds more like it's going to be around 21% rather than 20%. And I think, the flow through for sub-S corporations and LLCs, I think that's going to stay in there. The state tax deduction has gotten some pushback to where there's going to be some relief for that. But some of the big problems right now, McCain is actually in the hospital right now, and they need every vote that they can get in the Senate. So there's a lot of consternation as to really keeping their majority together. And my understanding is that the vice president has actually canceled the trip to the Mideast, waiting for this vote because they cannot afford for him to be away.
All right, one of the things they're saying is the bad part of this, which I don't look at it this way, cutting corporate tax rates. I think the more you do that, the more it helps hopefully trickle down to the working class to become the middle class. And on my way down here tonight, it was nice to be stuck in traffic for the shift change at the Shell oil cracker plant. Bumper to bumper, probably the first time I've enjoyed being stuck in traffic in a very long time. And we all know what Tom Corbett, then governor, did to really implement that whole thing and get it started. Now going to be a $6 billion investment. Other companies like Nova Chemicals and First Energy, they mean so much to us. Bruce Mansfield, coal-fired power plant. Now there's some concern. People in the coal industry have said this could actually hurt their industry. But Ted, as far as the cutting of corporate taxes, short answer from you, then we'll get a short one from Dr. Madonna.
Well, I think cutting corporate taxes is good just to make it the United States businesses competitive with worldwide businesses. I just wish they would have tied it closer to employment with some form of an employment investment tax credit. So the rate would have gone in the same direction, but you would have had more economic activity directly as a result of it.
Dr. Madonna?
Yeah, Ted makes a good point. I mean, the real question is, if it is, the corporate tax is reduced, how much of that goes into the expansions of industries, of businesses, the hiring of people, particularly on the small business sector, which is the big job growth area in our economy. How are wages really up for some aspects of the tax bill, which won't benefit everyone, as we know? And so that's the real question. That's a critical point. How much and what will happen if it gets through in terms of the actual job creation? And that remains to be seen. There are critics who say that the money will be pocketed, that it won't go into new jobs, it won't go into raises for employees. So you've got the whole gamut of possibilities here.
All right, let's move on to a couple of other things that they think could be bad. Elimination of estate tax cuts for the wealthy and reduced taxes on reparated funds. The idea is to encourage multinationals to bring the money back to the U.S. Your turn.
Well, I think the repatriation of money has long been a goal. There are trillions of dollars sitting offshore that if they come back, you've got the same issue. Are they going to be redeployed properly? But businesses tend to be pretty efficient, and they probably will. As far as the estate tax, very few people pay the estate tax now. It would take somebody with absolutely poor investment tax planning and poor estate planning to wind up paying it as it is now.
All right, Terry, you've got the last thought on what they're saying the ugly aspect of this could be, this proposed tax cut that the president has been pushing, and I've been a fan of, and I think this will give him a very solid place in history if it goes as planned. And I do think it will help the economy grow. Wall Street has been soaring of late, and I do think it's a good thing. But they're saying fiscal responsibility. How will these cuts reduce federal spending? They're saying 1.4 trillion over 10 years on an already $20 trillion debt. So what about that aspect of this proposed tax cut, Dr. Terry Madonna?
Yeah, the fact of the matter is, in the long run, we just don't know. We have to see what parts of it are actually put in the law, how they get implemented, and how the economy reacts to it. But here's something else, as someone who spends a good bit of his time looking at public opinion polls, the longer this debate has gone on, the more unpopular many of these proposals have become with the voters. My sense is that if it does get passed into law, it's going to take some period of time to see its effects, particularly the positive effects, and that might not do well with the Republicans in next year's 2018 midterm election. So we may have to wait a considerable amount of time, several years, to reap what the supporters argue are the real benefits coming from it.
Dr. Terry Madonna on the Comcast Newsline, along with Ted Arnaud and I. We were at Casa de Emmanuel. We're talking Steelers New England next. Good evening.